That's good. Oh, hi. Hi, scientists. You got me eating my snack. I'm eating some science. What? You're eating science? Totally eating science. Bread is made with science. Butter is made with science. Even the salt on my bread is made with science. You want to make some food with science today? I also want to hear a story. Kind of have a sciencey story. Yeah? All right, let's get started. All right, shall we hear a story? The chickens wanted to hear a story too, so I thought they could join us today. The story is called The Frog and the Bucket of Milk. A young frog was exploring the farm where he lived when he accidentally jumped into a bucket of fresh milk. At first, the frog took a swim in the strange white water. After a little while, he decided to jump out of the bucket, but the frog couldn't get a good grip from the bottom of the bucket or from its sides. Soon he began to fear that he would never get out. He would never see his family again. But the frog kept trying to jump out. After some time, the frog was ready to quit and sink to the bottom of the bucket and die. He began to think about all the things he had never done. He thought about his family. He thought about his friends. And so the frog kept on trying. He kept on jumping. The more he jumped and kicked, the more the milk moved, and the harder and thicker the milk became. But he would not quit. After a while, all that kicking and jumping churned the milk into butter. And that frog jumped out of the bucket onto dry land. The milk had turned into a solid. What? I think that is a good place to start some science today. What do you think? I think it's a great idea. Let's go get started. Okay, scientists, this is what you need today. You need 2 jars with lids. You need heavy whipping cream. That's not whipped cream, it's heavy whipping cream. It's a liquid. You need tape and a Sharpie, your muscles, and a timer or a clock. So what do you need? 2 jars, heavy whipping cream, tape and a Sharpie, your muscles, and a timer or clock. Scientists. So to make science even more exciting, we are going to put tape on our jars. We're going to make a line that is halfway down our jar or halfway up the jar, and that we're going to write half full. The other jar, we're going to make it the 1/4 line. That's half of a half. And that will be at the bottom part of our jar. And we're going to fill our liquids to those lines and see if the amount of liquid makes any difference in our science today. All right, go gather all your materials, label your jars, get your muscles ready, and let's get started.
We will pour our half and half milk into our 2 containers. One container is half full and 1 container is 1/4 full.
Now we will shake the containers and see what happens. Will one side change more or faster?
We're still shaking. Still shaking. We're still shaking.
I think something's happening. I hear a clump.
So there's been a lot of shaking going on. Let's see what happened. Huh? What do you see? I see butter. The heavy cream, after lots of shaking, has turned into butter. Looks like there's a little liquid left, but it's pretty solid. Let's see if the half cup has just as much butter or less butter, or maybe it's not even butter yet. So we've been shaking both jars the same amount of time, and look, it does appear that it has shrunk, and I do see a line where it appears the cream has separated. Let's look inside. Let's see what we see. Look! I do see a big lump of butter. I see lots of liquid, and I see cream that has started to form butter. Whoa. But since there was more cream to start with, but we've shaken it the same amount of time, it appears it still needs more time to finish the job. Keep shaking, guys, and tell me what happens. Okay, scientists, so what happened? We had the fat in our cream, and we shaked the containers. And you know what started to happen? The fat molecules and the liquid started to separate. We saw that in the one image. And the more we shook, the more they separated. And finally, the fat molecules separated into a solid, and the liquid molecules separated into a liquid. Well, the solid is called butter, and the liquid is referred to as buttermilk. And you know what? They underwent a physical change. The heavy cream separated into butter, a solid, and buttermilk, a liquid. How amazing is that? All right, scientists, we did something really cool. We created a physical change, and we made butter. We made science that we can eat. So now take your butter and spread it on some bread and enjoy some yummy science today. And you know, maybe we should do a few more experiments where we create some changes and see what we can come up with. Well, have a great day and go do some science. Bye, friends.